Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a fantastic day and survived this crazy whipsaw market. We have so much to talk about, different support and resistance levels that you will need to be aware of. But before we get going, if you can do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you have not done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when a new video comes out. I do have a Patreon group. I have a link in the description down below. If you are looking for my callouts and the different stocks that I go into, that is the place to be. Surely there is a level for you. Well, this has been an interesting year so far as most of the market has not moved upwards. It has been the Magnificent Seven that has been moving upwards and onwards and having an amazing year. So very tough to trade if you are used to trading stocks like I like to, which is insider activity, so on and so forth. As the market has not really been helpful to those stocks, it's just been the big mega caps that have gone up. Anyway, let's get into this crazy market. Let's take a look first and foremost at the SPY ETF and what's going on. So you can see I put up a resistance level of 456 on the SPY ETF with support down at 452. And wouldn't you know it, that is pretty much what the market did. We had this fake out come in this morning. Was pretty intense, this fake out where it went way above resistance here. It looked very, very bullish, like we were going to really move upwards here. And I thought we would come back down and use this as support, but that is not what happened. It quickly cut through and came back down, and we lost support and kind of came into this support level, which 452 was my level. Now, going forward into tomorrow, in my opinion, 452 continues to be that critical support level. And so that is the level to watch. We will watch volume very closely on the price action as we hit that level and how the market reacts at that level on the S&P 500 SPY ETF. We also have to look here at 456 as resistance. This was that previous high here. And taking that out and going further up and maybe even coming back up to this level, 458 or 460 is key. If we can break 460, we could see blue skies ahead. The VIX went way up today, finishing up 9.25%, up to 14.41. Now, on the VIX, if you don't know, 1850 is the equilibrium. And when we're above 1850, it's really, really bearish for the overall market as volatility is back, and volatility is not what you want. Why? Because stocks take the stairs up and the elevator down. And when the VIX spike, a lot of times you can have some panic selling. And the VIX, that's exactly what it does. It measures panic selling. It is still very low. Nothing really to be concerned about at 14.41, and also holding up on SPY's support there today was very critical in my opinion. So I think that we still have a bull trend, and I think we are still looking at an overall bull trend. There isn't anyone who could look at this chart and not say we're in a bull trend. So you can see we are having higher highs and higher lows. As we are moving up, we're having this kind of consolidation level, but I don't think we have any negative news to really take the market much lower. So I think 452 will hold, but this is something to watch. Why? Because there's some open gaps down below. We have 447 as an open gap down here. We also have 443, and those don't have to fill right now, but they could very well be. And when Friday comes around, typically whatever direction the market is going on Friday, it tends to continue throughout the day. So that is something that we will want to watch. All right, let's get into some individual stocks. We're going to talk about some stocks that I personally exited out of my portfolio and what my results were. And I'm also going to cover two stocks that members that are watching these videos have reached out to me in the comment section down below that they would like me to cover. The very first one is Aurora Cannabis, ticker symbol ACB. And so one of the members asking about this, talking about insider activity. I typically don't like stocks under $1. I just really don't like them. But this has lots of buy signals. So there are buy signals here. And so I do like it right around this $50 range, 50 cent range, excuse me. And so we could see a bounce here, especially if we see it come down here. You can see it's bounced off of this level a couple of times, 49 cents. Tends to be and looks like it is a very significant support level. So this is the level to watch. We could see this take off. This hasn't had any sell signals in a while, so we have different buy signal here. We had a buy signal right at 53 cents, but now it's dropped even lower and all the way down to 49 cents is where you're seeing those other buy signals happen. And so that is a great level and a great area to load up, in my opinion. All right, so let's move on to the next one. The next one is Citizens Financial Corporation, Citizens Financial Group, ticker symbol CFG. And this has had a really nice run to the upside. This is really, really doing well, but it got rejected right here at 33.50. And as you look left, 32 is kind of an important level. 31.50 really isn't important as you look left, in my opinion. So I think this is something that could continue to move upwards. Right now it's at 31.92. It's holding above support. I would say this support level right here at 31.50 is what you want to watch. And if it breaks down below here, it might be time to take profits if you should see that. But I like to see a sell signal before I sell. There was a cluster of sell signals here, but you would expect another one, especially when it shot past it. Typically, you'll get a second round of those, and that is one thing you could watch for on this particular stock. All right, let's go and do a couple stocks that I sold that were in my portfolio, and let's start off with HRTX. This is Heron Therapeutics, and I bought this on insider activity. Did not really do that great with this, only made a 1.83% gain as we had a sell signal this morning, and I promptly sold my shares. I did put out a notification stating that I sold my shares, and with the market movements that were today, I don't think this had anything to do with me, but with the market movements that happened today, we did see a flush on this throughout the day. It finished down 6.67%, which was not great, but it did hold up there for quite a while in the morning. But it's unfortunate when you see a stock sell off like that when it hits sell signals. But that just goes to show you that there are other people, there are other professional traders. There's some big money out there that trade on DeMark, sell, and buy signals. And like me, they like the 4-hour chart. And so that's something that a lot of fund managers are looking at, whether you want to believe it or not. Some people who know me really well know I'm a professional trader and that I have access to some of those kind of information. And I am telling you, the 4-hour price chart is very, very important. We have a sell signal here, and I was able to make a solid, super small gain on it. But when I saw that sell signal, I knew it was time to get out, even though it had insider activity. Another one I exited today was Google, ticker symbol GOOG, and this was covered in the top 7. This was number 2 on the top 7 list. And as soon as I sold this, I put out a notification that I sold it, and I sold on this sell signal right here, sold for a 9.53% gain. After buy signals here, I put it on my list, and I had a feeling that it was undervalued in comparison to other AI stocks. And so I like this one for a move up. They had terrific earnings. I did not know that they would have terrific earnings, so that was kind of good luck as I held through. I knew we had buy signals and we were going in, and anyway, I liked it for a lot of different reasons. And it turned out to be a nice short-term trade. You would think it would have lasted longer, but it did not. The next stock I sold was TRMB. This is part of my active ETF strategy. And this is Trimble Incorporated. Sold for a smallish 0.82% gain. Did not get a very good entry. Kind of came in right around here at $53.33 after this buy signal occurred. And yeah, it dipped. We were down low, and then it came up here to only make a 0.82%. It's just okay. And the last stock that I sold today was Taiwan Semiconductor, ticker symbol TSM. as you can't see it here, but in this, it had a sell signal right here, I promise you, and it kind of went away as it sold off here. This was a decent little trade, 2.75, only had it for a couple of days, 2.75%. Usually like to get a lot more out of that, out of a trade, but I'm glad I exited as the rest of the day was a sell-off. So had 4 sales, all of them profitable, and so that's what we look to see. All right, let's get into the top 7 stocks, talk about them here. TZA, I mean, this is now number 7 on the list now that Google's out. I've moved this down to number 7. This is the Direxion Small Cap Bear 3X shares. And so this goes up as the market does poorly. And I like to have a hedge. And so far, since calling this out, it is down 9.69%. Yeah, I bought in right here. And as you can see, that's much higher price than it is currently way down here. So it came down here, alerted more buy signals, and it's just been kind of meandering here as I expected a pullback sooner. Today we finally started to see it. I don't know if we're going to break support. I kind of hope we don't. I like being bullish on the market, but I have this as a hedge just in case, and this had buy signals. And when I see buy signals, I like to buy. And so I've traded this many times for success in anticipation of a pullback. So now on this one, number 7, this is part of my bearish DeMark ETF strategy. And so far, not so good, down 9.69%. But today it had a good day. It was up 3.95%. Has a lot further to go to get anywhere near where I thought it would be. The next is SDOW, and the Dow has been on a tear. Now this shorts the Dow, and so obviously not doing well in this. This is another hedge kind of stock. It is down 7.01% since I initially went into it. Anyway, this stock is not done well either, down 7.01%. It's same kind of premise here. It will go up as the Dow performs poorly. I am expecting a pullback off that historic run of the Dow, and so we should see this. I will hold it until we get a sell signal, and it will either be positive or negative when we get that sell signal. We're hoping for positive. That is usually what happens, but this strategy is not 100%. No strategy is. So if we get a sell signal and it's not for a profit, I'm probably going to sell it for a loss and move on with my life. All right, this next one is going to be brand new. So this is the new one that I'm kind of calling out today. And we're seeing some sector rotation out of the real estate type sector. And so this is one that I think we shall continue to see rotation out of the real estate sector. This is the Direxion Daily Real Estate Bear 3X shares. Ticker symbol DRV. And so as interest rates go higher, as the Fed has raised interest rates, I'm expecting the housing market and housing stocks based on rotation to do poorly. And so this is why I'm picking this one right now. I have not entered this stock, this ETF, excuse me. I will look to find an entry point in this tomorrow morning. And so with interest rates going up, we're probably going to see house sales decline. A lot of things that this tracks, and we are seeing where real estate stocks, specifically in that particular sector, are having lots of stocks that are below the 20 EMA, which is showing that we could see rotation out of this pretty aggressively. And so I will look for an entry on this, even though it doesn't have buy signals, had buy signals here, and you can see this was a previous level of support. You can just kind of see that we broke through that and now have come up here. I'm hoping for a move back down to get it right around $43.18. Tomorrow morning sometime, probably right after market open, is when I will look for an entry on this. And so I like this one to move much, much higher. Now this is more of a long-term pick. So this could take a month. This could take a couple months to come to its full fruition. So we shall see. I have been in one of these stocks before for a year. So this is a very long-term type strategy. So I'm sure I'm going to be talking about DRV way too much in these videos. All right, let's move on to some shorter term picks. And this is number 4. This continues to be CRISPR Therapeutics. We had another cluster of buy signals so far since calling this out, down 9.86%. We have not had one sell signal since all of this. This is initially when I bought in, and it is still just kind of meandering. It's just kind of sitting there, but there are lots of drugs in the pipeline and tons of catalysts that could send this to the moon at any moment. So it's a good one to have, especially at 9% down from where I'm at. I think that you could find that you will have a successful trade on this if you just wait for sell signals on this. So having buy signals again is very encouraging. Let's move on to the next. This is number 3. This is BOF. This is Branch Out Food, ticker symbol BOF. This one continues to not do great after insider activity, extremely significant insider activity, and buyers, but this is not a very long, this stock has not been on the market very long. And so it had its initial public offering, and as so many stocks lately, it got crushed after the initial public offering, but a director loaded millions and millions and millions of shares at $4.63. And so it has come way down from there, and it was a very impressive insider buy. I liked it, but since buying it, it has not done well, down 6.04%. We shall see how it goes. The next is Asan. This is Asana Incorporated, ticker symbol ASAN. This is an AI stock, and so they do a workforce type, workflow type software, and it is powered by AI. And so this has had extremely significant insider activity by the CEO multiple times. And yesterday and after hours, we saw more purchasing by Dustin Moskovitz. And so as this continues, I like this for an eventual move up. As he continues to buy, we filled this previous gap nicely. This is now forming as support down at 2174. And I like this one to move upwards towards another sell signal. Bought here, sold here. This is one I've been trading quite a bit. I expect the same kind of success we've had in the past. And finally, number 1 continues to be Outlook Therapeutics. And I know it's not going anywhere, Ray. It's just kind of sitting there. Yeah, it's just kind of sitting there. And this stock finished up 1.85% today. They have a PDUFA date coming up on August 29th. They have a high short percentage. This could squeeze, and I like this to squeeze. And I'm also very encouraged that we are really holding up this $1.55 range, and it continues to bounce off of that range. And here at $1.65, I think it could really get going, especially if we could get a squeeze going on this. It's had a couple squeezes in the past, and now it's just kind of, it's getting kind of tighter as it goes. You can see these ranges are getting tighter. Resistance and support are getting tighter, and so it should break out soon. Just hang in there, and so that's what I'm planning on doing, expecting a great thing out of this. If you want me to take a look at a stock, feel free to reach out to me in the comment section down below. I so appreciate all of you and all of your support in watching these videos. Hopefully I help you to make a little money. I don't know if any of you out there got on the Google trade, but that was really fun, and let's do it again. Let's find another great one to do well on. All right, well, anyway, let's have a great Friday. I hope all of you have a fantastic weekend, and Ray Tovin out.